One of my favorite things in Destiny 2 is that no matter how much the meta changes, however many new cracked weapons, combinations paired with whichever 3.0 subclass revamp is taking PvP by storm, there will always be a certain group of weapons that forever stand that test of time, that dominate and perform tremendously each and every season, no matter what form of Lawley, One-Eyed Mask, No Time to Explain, Dead Messenger, Lorenz Driver, Le Monarch, Multi-Mac, Jotun, those new stupid exotic hunter arm things that I still don't have yet, Found Verdict, and I mean the time lost kind, Dead Man's Tell, the list goes on. You get it. Anyway, on this episode of Stuff I Found in My Vault, meet the Contingency Plan. This beautiful object. Want to melt unsuspecting guardians when using a, quite frankly, pretty ugly weapon? Perfect! This is the one for you. I'll walk you through the perks, what I think the best ones are for PvP, and what weapons you can pair it with. Whether you're a more aggressive player or more of a sit-back player taking advantage of impatience, I've got you covered, don't you worry. Now, kicking off, where to even get this thing from. In case you're interested in getting one yourself, it was an open world drop, but Bungie being Bungie do rotate weapons in and out of that pool faster than my connection dropping anytime I feel like streaming. Follow my Twitch, by the way. This scout rifle, as it stands, is only available from Xur whenever he decides to have it in stock, and potentially from Banshee depending on rotation, but with how the seasons change and with how the loot pool rotates, I'm not 100% on the Banshee part. If anyone can properly clarify if it does come from Banshee or if it's only from Xur, do let me know, I'd appreciate it. Oh wow, Heli, you are just a shrine of game knowledge. Yeah, well, shut up, Jake. Firstly, let's crunch some damage numbers. Now, check this out. This bad boy will be hitting 28 to the body and 47 to the head, of course, without kill clip. Oh, and I'm dead. Thank you, Gravity. Anyway, with kill clip active, it is a 63 crit and 37 to the body, which is important, as this is the main source of kills when you use this thing. Sneaking in there and getting a kill, reloading and proceeding to unleash onto people's faces. Really could have worded that one better. And of course, this is the Vice Rapid Fire Archetype family, so this is an ease of use scout rifle. And for me, that's the best part. Full auto bliss, letting you focus on your aim a little more for those crits, which is already incredibly nice for a scout rifle with high aim assist and very manageable recoil. The most impressive thing to me, and what keeps me coming back to using this thing each and every season, is the range this thing reaches. While still maintaining solid time to kill, this bad boy can reach upwards of almost 80 meters before damage fall off. Is it fall off or drop off? Either way. And it's around 37 meters before the crit hit damage fall off as well, but nonetheless, point stands. It does good damage from far away. To be perfectly honest, this is the sort of weapon I switch to if I'm against a very hand-holding or straight up sweaty team, and it's a true no-brainer running this with a Witherhoard as well. And yes, Witherhoard. Only because of the bloody Lawley Titan's Orb, whichever combination of healing and classy restoration I happen to go against. I ain't using that stuff. I'm far too stubborn at this point. Bugger the KD ratio, I won't give in. In the meantime, it can have my Witherhoard bullet, you know, a spicy cloud of damage. And of course, other pairings work just as well, and I had a great time using the Traveler's Chosen sidearm, which also has full auto. Are you noticing a full auto trend? But yeah, if you do prefer a sidearm or a shotty as a secondary, the Reese Walker works well, as well as the Wastelander. I mean, anything to quickly switch to in the nick of time for your face-to-face encounters. This very likely might just be me, but when I use the Scout Rifle, my focus is 90% on using the Scout Rifle and only that. Secondaries or other primaries paired with that are usually a last resort, and that goes for even close range encounters too, because usually this thing handles all of those ranges pretty well. Obviously not the most optimal thing in the world, but it does the job. All that's in my mind really is getting kill clip and then trying not to shoulder charge myself off of the map. Now listen, as far as roles go, I am using the aforementioned kill clip role with Subsistence, which I know isn't the highest rated perk in some people's eyes, but I quite like the extra few bullets back per kill, as it allows for taking out more people with your clip, specifically when kill clip is procced and you go on a little bit of a spree. Works way better than you think. Having said that though, I totally wouldn't mind outlaw kill clip, as it's the obvious synergy there, maximizing your reload, and perhaps even tunnel vision for even more of a sticky and snappy experience with the scout rifle. I have no idea how that will perform on this scout rifle in particular, so if you have tunnel vision with it, let me know how your experience has been. I feel like it's already a pretty still weapon anyway, that you don't really need tunnel vision, but hey, let me know. Surplus could also be a decent shout with how much reload it gives you, although I honestly would only recommend focusing on reload perks if you're on a Titan, as Warlocks have Ophidian aspects for these sort of loadouts, and Hunters of course have the ability to just reload via dodging. But still, if Surplus is the best you've got, not a problem at all, especially if you have to rely on Xur dropping this thing, or even Banshee. Now, you wouldn't be foolish picking up on the fact that I've glossed over every other perk in the last column, and I've got nothing against non-damage perks. I just think Kill Clip really does get you the very best results out of the Contingency Plan. Unrelenting is a great shout if you'd prefer more of a healing approach. It kicks in after the second Guardian kill you get within an 8-second window, so fairly generous. There's a dog barking outside, I'm so sorry. And with the buff Unrelenting got a few months back, it honestly isn't bad at all. Although I will say, with healing grenades and all of the general healing options you have right now, it definitely isn't on my top list of do want. But Heli, you didn't even mention Frenzy. Listen, if you can consistently get Frenzy to proc in Crucible, then you're far better player than me. I am not on that level. So if you are, fair enough, but I'm not going to recommend it. Now, as for the small PvE portion of this video in terms of roles, I would assume that there are no other real option that comes close to a very solid Outlaw paired with One for All. It's just a no-brainer. 30% damage buff from shooting 3 enemies, that's it, with a high reload perk per headshot. It just makes so much sense, and if you want to get the most out of it, I'd imagine that is the best. I used to think Outlaw paired with Frenzy is quite nice, but Frenzy only giving a 15% damage buff plus the reload bonus, which is already negated by Outlaw proccing. Not that it's a bad option, but One for All takes the cake damage-wise. Plus, as mentioned before, it's just a nice and easy feeling full auto scout rifle to use. Do let me know in the comment section if there are any glaring god rolls I've just not mentioned here, and that's PvE or PvP wise, but honestly, overall, I hope you can see why I absolutely adore this underrated object. It may not be the most glamorous looking, but my goodness does it pack a punch and do the job over seasons and seasons to come. A wonderfully simple scout rifle with consistency to shred faces, no matter the season or meta. Thank you all so much for watching today's venture into my vault, and what is technically episode 2 of stuff I found in my vault. I absolutely love your faces, especially if you've made it this far. Let me know if you did make it this far and I'll heart your comment. And if you have the scout rifle, let me know your experience with it, negative or positive. Let me know, come argue with me. And why not come hang out in my Discord, which is linked in the description. Come join, come chat, come say hello to a wonderful and friendly bunch of people. What else have I missed here? Oh yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed. Follow my Twitch for some wonderful live streams playing with your faces or just watching me. Either way, I appreciate your face. Aside from that, I appreciate you all for stopping by. And until next time, take care.